I actually already recorded a little bit and accidentally bumped the spacebar right when I hit it the first time, and I guess I double tapped it. So when I say I recorded a little bit, I mean I recorded nothing. Such is life. Anyway, fresh start. So why I still love Magic the Gathering. So what I've got for you today is a sandwich video, which is essentially the idea of sandwiching a tough pill to swallow between two pieces of good bread. In that case, you're just giving someone a bad sandwich, which is not cool. Don't eat a bad sandwich. Sandwich videos are bad, to be honest, because they're kind of formulaic. Anyway, here's my sandwich video. First, I want to talk about the nostalgia. I know it's common in capitalism for corporate entities to prey upon your nostalgia and to be nostalgia vampires and to try to just get a bunch of money out of you because you like old stuff, or your childhood was fond, or you're fond of your childhood. But for me, Magic the Gathering is extremely nostalgic because I've been playing since 1999. I was 8 years old when I found my first card. It was a swamp. I was playing with my friends a few weeks later because they started getting starter decks, we started getting booster packs, and we just started kind of playing just how we thought you should play. We didn't 100% get the rules right at first. It wasn't until about 6th grade that we sat down and really learned the rules and started playing correctly. And then from there on, it was a whole nother story. I think back to slinging spells, with my friends on the bus, on the basketball court, on the floor, unsleeved cards, rubber bands around our decks, or shoving them in our pocket or down in our backpack. I remember sitting on the hardwood floor of Dylan's house. Shout out Dylan. He had the cool house. Dylan's house was the cool house to go to on the weekends or after school. We'd go there and we'd play Magic with just me, him, my brother Jesse, and occasionally we'd get his sister or his mom to play so we could play 2-on-2 or 4-way free-for-all, but generally it was the three of us alternating playing one-on-one heads up, and the other person, the third person out, would play PS2 or something to bounce between, and it was so fun because whenever you lost a game, you didn't really feel that bad because okay, well, I'll just go play some PlayStation. Next thing I want to talk about is the new card smell. New card smell is something else. It's you bust open a booster pack for the first time, or maybe you buy sealed manga and you bust the seal off your manga, which I probably actually have some of these. I read them digitally, so I have never busted the seal on some of my manga because I read them digitally and then bought the physical manga just to have it for my collection. So yeah, maybe one day I'll bust that open and get the new book smell, because it's the same kind of thing. New books and cards, they have that sort of processed paper smell with the fresh ink on them. It just smells so good. It's really something else. And for everyone who doesn't know what I'm talking about, go buy a booster pack. This is not financial advice. Go buy a booster pack, crack it open, and give those cards a good whiff. Now I have a little bit of some bad to put in the middle of our sandwich here. The bad being card quality. The card quality has gone down so much recently that it is it's really noticeable when you open a draft pack, or I guess play pack now, play booster pack now, and the rares look washed out, or the cards feel grainy or dirty. I have some specific memories of, it's already 2 years ago now, drafting Wilds of Eldraine, busting open the packs, and I still remember the rare even. My rare was the Cursed Were Fox, which is a white rare in that set, and it just looked it looked faded. It looked so sun-bleached. It didn't look right at all. Several posts I've seen floating around on Reddit where there have been decks that have been EDH precons, Commander precons, that have been miscut. So every card in the deck or half the cards in the deck will be like off center or like really severely off to one side, or at an angle, or they'll have like two cards within the frame. Yeah. And so it's not a good look for your intro product. You know, if that's the product, if Commander's meant to be the format that everybody that's getting into the game gets into, it's not a good look for your intro product to be poorly cut or to have like the wrong cards in it. I've also seen a post where someone was like, instead of getting my Sage's Nuliths, I got Sahagin. I think it was the card that was misplaced in the deck, to where when I got my Y'shtola Precon, when I got mine, I actually looked through, checked every single card, made sure they were cut correctly, made sure they were the correct cards. I was, you know, a little annoyed with having to do that, with having to go through the whole process of checking someone else's work. You know, like, I already do that. I'm a teacher. I already do that in my day job. I check other people's works, but I check other people's work all the time, but I shouldn't have to check the work of a billion-dollar company, however much money they're worth, whatever. Next thing I want to talk about is the Fortnite-ification of our game. It's this one I have listed as bad, but also good, because there's certain things that I enjoy about it. I'll try to talk about everything as it comes to mind. So there's like enough sets and products that appeal to me, you know, that I stay into the game. But there are a lot of them that do not appeal to me. There are a lot of them that do not. And that's fine, but, you know, because not everything's made for me, sure. But, like, it can be a little disheartening. You know, what happens if there's too many bad sets in a row? Well, this happens. I started buying, I have 2,000 points of Necrons. And that's partially, like, Magic's fault as well, because the Warhammer decks. I'm not even going to cut that. And, like, that's partially Magic the Gathering's fault, too. You know, WotC did this to themselves. Oh my god, now I can't get the deck out. WotC did this to themselves. They got me into Warhammer. So when I was a little bit tired of the sets coming out and was like, I need a break, there was a natural another hobby for me to get into. So I'm coming in and post having to, like, say kind of the bit I said about Universes Beyond again. I accidentally deleted the part of the video where I said specifically, you know, yeah, not every product is for me, not every set appeals to me, because not every set is Magic IP anymore. A lot of them are now Universes Beyond. They're now starting to branch out and, like Fortnite, try to accumulate a bunch of IPs that they can make deals with and sell products, so they can try to get more people into the game, get more people to spend money and play, of course. Yeah, Universes Beyond, it's good and bad, you know. Good because there's more players for the game, sure, but bad because there's like a bunch of IPs that just don't really fit Magic, what Magic originally was, but it's like, I guess, evolving beyond what originally was, which is like it's the best game system out there. It's the best gaming, like, structure of rules, the best system out there, but now they're just putting like whatever skin on it they want instead of just like doing strictly solely Magic IPs. So if there's too many bad sets in a row, it can be good and bad. I can like take breaks if I want. It can be bad though, because then I lose a bit of my connection to the game and like the current events, like what's going on. I have like periods of time where I'm just like missing cards, and then like there's like blind spots in my collection. Like I have no Aether Drift, I have no OTJ, I have no Karlov Manor. So whenever I need cards from that set, I just have to buy the singles, because I just literally skip them entirely. Bought 0 sealed products of those sets because I think hat sets suck. Hat sets are bad. I don't think they're interesting design. I think like top down design, I think, oh man, I'm gotta make sure I know what I'm saying now. But the design like for Theros and Bloomburrow and Lorwyn, Ravnica, those are peak. Those are just good sets. And then hat sets like OTJ, Karlov Manor, Aether Drift, I'm sure I'm forgetting some, are just not good. I just don't enjoy those. So the next thing I'm going to talk about is Secret Lair, which is interesting because Secret Lair is something that like I used to just largely ignore, because like I didn't know about them at first, and whenever I would hear about them, I'd be like, so I went online and I'd look at them like, okay, well it's either already sold out or it's like one card out of the five interested me or was playable. So I'd end up having like very little interest in them, and I mostly ignored them, especially because of some of the ones that I remember. My Little Pony, Transformers, The Walking Dead, I think was a Secret Lair. Those things just did not interest me. No shame to you if you got those cards, but you know, I never bought any Secret Lairs, and then finally one appealed to me. It was the Junji Ito one, but like it sold out. I didn't know about the queue, and then when I went to the website later, it was sold out. I was able to find it later at Cash Cards Unlimited, so it was cool to actually be able to buy that later. And then like I went back to just ignoring them until one day something happened. Yeah, I bought the SpongeBob Secret Lair. I mean, it should have been obvious that I'm a fan of SpongeBob, but yeah, I ended up battling the hell queue for that one. Waited all day because I got on like right at 9, and I waited until like 11. I think it was when my time ran out, and I was let in. But then as soon as I got in, the website crashed, and then I had to wait again all the way until like 2:15 or something, a little bit after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Literally waited all day. And then I finally got in, got the Secret Lair that I wanted. I mean, I got the SpongeBob bundle. I got all of them. And then I tried one other one, the Final Fantasy one. I got 2 of these. I got 2 of the Final Fantasy Secret Lair because the third one was sold out. So I got Weapons and Game Over. No, I got Weapons and Grimoire. Game Over was sold out by the time that I got in through the queue. So I got 2 of them, and that was cool, but also kind of like frustrating because I literally same story. Got in at 9 o'clock, waited all day. It was like right around 2 o'clock p.m. again, like maybe like 1:45. I got through this time, and I was able to buy the cards. The Secret Lair site, the queue, that whole system. I'm straight up not having a good time. So my next point, really my last point, I'm going to end on a good note, is about how, like a good drug, like old school RuneScape, you just can't quit. I have sold out of the game multiple times, but I come back eventually each time, because I either end up meeting new friends that play, and I get pulled back in, or, you know, like just the nostalgia. I end up seeing like a new product that comes out that I'm like, oh, they're going back to this plane I like Ravnica or Kamigawa, you know, so like I kind of want to get back in, you know. So many great memories, you know, like playing in college with all my friends, playing at FNM, the first time I got a first place at an FNM, or the first time that I did well at a PPTQ, or the first time that I built a commander deck, back then EDH deck from scratch, you know, from just my collection, and actually managed to put together a decent deck and win a game. That was fun. The first time I drafted a cube with my buddies back in college, like just so many great memories with this game. When I sold out of the game in like COVID era 2020, yeah, it was around then, I kept one deck, my Sidisi deck. This is the only deck I kept. I built this in 2012 or 2013. It's the only deck I kept, and it was actually still winning games when I busted it back out in 2022, when I got lucky to run into my buddy Tristan who plays, and we started playing again. And I just upgraded it, you know, since then. And so like it's been fun getting back into the game and being part of the game again, you know, because like I have this old piece of nostalgia, you know, sitting on my shelf, part of my deck rotation. Another point is that it's a living game, you know, so you can constantly make changes to your decks and stuff. You know, you don't have to, though. I'm not your dad. I'm not telling you what to do, but like you can do whatever you want in this game, so that's pretty cool. You don't have to interact with any of the parts of the game you don't like, really. You know, you can do your best to avoid whatever secret layer or set or product you don't like, you know? I think it's everything I wanted to say about why I still love Magic the Gathering. Yeah, shout out Dylan's house. Shout out my brother Jesse. Real MVPs of the early Magic memories.